All right. Quickly. My name is Akin Oladeji, and I happen to be the founder of Learn with Pride. Learn with Pride has been going strong, going to 4 years now. And what we do is we help people that wants to transition from a non-technical or non-IT background into the IT space. So we take them through a practical training plus project so that by the time they are done with us, they are well equipped and they are ready to start competing with those who has been doing it in the industry for 2, 3 years. So that's what we do. And we run courses ranging from project management to business analysis to software automation testing to Scrum Master, product owner, DevOps engineer, and data analysis. And I'm sure everybody on this call tonight is because of data analysis that you joined this call. So data analysis, why are we different, or why are you looking for the career change in data analysis? Since post-COVID, it has opened many doors of opportunities, whether you want to relocate from your home country or you're looking for an international company to work with. It has made that possible because you can work remotely from any part of the world. And when you are talking about remote working, data analysis, it's number one on the list. There are many job opportunities, many companies out there, whether locally or internationally, looking for people to work remotely for them. But before you can put yourself in that space, because before you can even consider, taking such opportunity, that means you must have acquired the knowledge. You must have acquired the right knowledge for you to be able to compete in the industry. It's like the saying, you have to be in it to win it. So you cannot assume that, oh, Adeben, I played that lottery, probably I could have won the 5 billion, probably naira or whatever, but you didn't play. You can only wish. That's the difference. So you need to first acquire the knowledge, you need to acquire the experience, then you can be in that space, you know, that you can compete with all these international offers going on and out there. So that's what we do. We hold our students hand by hand, we walk the walk with them. Please, can we all mute our mic, please? So it's not only we create a community, which is very important on this journey. You need people of like-minded that you can interact with, that you can share issues, problems, solutions with. So we create that community. So it's not only the training that you are getting from us, you are getting a community of professionals. You never know who is going to help you tomorrow, so you get that community. We operate in that community. You get the practical knowledge from our practical training from us. You get the working, getting your hands dirty on projects. You get that from us. The mentorship as well we provide. We support you before you get the job, and even for a few months when you secure the job as well, we still support you as well. And also we give you work reference for the duration that you are going to be with us. Because as I said, we deal with less theories. More of what we do are practicals and working on a project. So if you are ready to really get your hands dirty, I'm telling you, you're on the right call this night. If you are ready to do the work, if you are ready to put in your time, if you are dedicated and really you are hungry for that change and you want that change to happen, you are in the right place tonight. So I have a quick slide I'll share with you. And again, quickly, when it comes to career change, it doesn't matter whether you read language in school, or you are currently working as a customer service, or you are working as a security, it doesn't matter. Your background doesn't matter on this journey. What really matters on this journey is your hunger for change, you know, your ability, your willingness that, yes, I want to take on this journey. I know it might not be an easy one, but I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to unlearn so that I can relearn. That is all that it's required. It doesn't require that you probably when you are in uni, you study science or data or whatever. No. Or you don't have even a tech background. It does not matter. As long as you have a computer, you have that hunger for change, and you are ready to come on a journey and put in the work. I tell you, at the end of the 4-month process, you stand a better chance of securing a very, very good, very, very good job. Because myself, I'm saying that because myself, I transitioned as well. My background was accounting, and I was tired of what I was doing. I needed a change. And to cut the story short, I'm into software automation engineer, whereby I write codes, in programming language. This is someone that read accounting in school, and I was on the same journey back then as well, probably like 3 months as well. But because I wanted it badly, it's now a story, So it could happen to anyone as long as you are willing and ready to commit the time, the effort. It will surely happen for you as well. So let me quickly go through. I won't really talk much about data analysis because I'll leave that bit for the SME to talk more about that. But let me just go through few things. So all these ones I'm going to leave to Samuel to talk about. So why data analyst? As I said earlier on, it's one of the it's really in demand, as in very high in demand at the moment. And I'm going to be using UK as a point of reference, but this is applicable everywhere. Whether you are in the US, you are in Nigeria, you are in Ghana, this is applicable everywhere. I'm just using this standard in the UK, for example. So when we are talking about an average salary for a data analyst in the UK, we are talking around 65,000. Remember, the aim of or the aim of majority coming on this journey is to secure a role with an international company, or you want to change careers, or probably you are having plans to travel abroad, or you just want to change your job. And I'm sure when you're changing your job, you'll be looking more of international companies than local companies because they pay more. So, but for the UK, the average salary is around 65,000. Also, it's one of the shortage of skilled worker in the UK, meaning if you are lucky, if you apply from your local country and you are selected, the company can apply for a sponsorship visa for you. There's nothing impossible. That's another advantage of it. Again, why? Because you can work remotely from anywhere in the world. You might be in Nigeria and be working for a company in Australia. You can be in the UK and be working for a company in the US. As long as you know what you're doing. That's the most important. You need to know what you're doing. When you know what you're doing, then you can command what you get, the company you work for, and all of that. So working remotely is really common when it comes to data analyst. Again, is in high demand as well. So when you come, if you happen to join this cohort that will be starting on the 14th of March, if you are to come on board, what will be the roadmap? What will it be like? How is it going to look? What are you going to get? What's the structure, so to say? So again, it's a 4-month program. So you go through training, projects, optimization of brand, apply for jobs, and prepare for interview. But let's take that one by one. So the training is for 4 months. 4 industry standard tools will be used, and that is SQL, Tableau, Python, and Power BI. Those 4 industry standard tools will be used. And you'll be exposed to project as well, so that at the end of the day, at the end of the program, you have 4 different projects that you can showcase in your portfolio. So each month will cover 1 tool, right? And at the end of that month, a project will be given for you to do based on that tool that you just completed. So that is why you're going to have like 4 in your portfolio at the end of the program that you can showcase to recruiters. But even if you have time at your disposal, you know, if you really want to get your hands dirty, you can have more than 4 projects in your portfolio. It all depends on you. But the minimum that you should have, if you are really serious on the journey, will be minimum of 4 projects in your portfolio that you can showcase. You are taught in-demand skills of data analyst in an easy to understand way, because the tutor that will be taking you has got many years of experience, is really patient when it comes to teaching, and you can really learn a lot from him, you know, if you know what you're doing. He has got the experience and he has taken many on the journey. So yours will not be exception. I talked about the project that at the end of the 4 months, you should be able to showcase minimum of 4 projects in your portfolio. But again, that depends on you. It can be more than that if you really, 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 really want to push yourself. It can be more than that. The training will be twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. In the evening. So to be twice a week for 4 months. But I tell you, what you learn on the program, because you have access to, this is another good thing about it. It's a live session with the facilitator online. So even after the session, when you are trying to replicate or reproduce what has been taught in class and you're having issues, you have someone you can go to. You have a community that you can go to. You have your facilitator that you can go to solve that issue for you. Because the one way I believe you can learn fast is by facing those issues and challenges. And the process of resolving those issues, that is when I believe learning is taking place. So yes, you have someone, you are not left alone. You are not on the journey alone. So it's not about, oh, after the training, I'm stuck, I don't know who to go to. That is not the case. You have people to go to, especially you have your facilitator that you can message or schedule a call with. So now that you've done the training, you know how to use the 4 industry standard tools, you've done the projects, now you've got the experience, right? If you have the first 2, but you are missing out on this 3rd one, then you won't get calls. No recruiters will reach out. No agents will reach out because you are not visible in the market. Despite the fact that you've gone through the training, you know what you are doing now, you are ready for the job market. But if you don't optimize your brand, then no recruiters will see you. And you'll be wondering what is happening. I know what I'm doing, but I'm not getting calls. I'm not getting interviews. It's because you are not visible in the professional marketplace. So when we are talking about optimization of brand, we are talking about your CV revamp. There has to be a particular structure. Make sure that it passes ATS scanning and all of that. That is your CV. Also, your LinkedIn as well has to be optimized. LinkedIn has become a marketplace where recruiters now go to, to add on, So you have to be on LinkedIn as well. When it comes to CV, we don't really deal with CVs, but we have partners. We have a company we partner with. and they've done CV for many, many people who has testified to their work that we can refer you to when the time comes to get your optimization done and your revamping done. But this stage is very, very key. It is very, very key because this is the stage that will showcase what you've learned on level 1 and level 2. So when training is done, you've gone through the project, you've optimized your brand, then it's time for you to start applying for jobs. And if the essence of the optimization is, even when you are not applying for jobs manually, right? Recruiters are reaching out to you because you've already uploaded your CV on all job sites and you've made that CV searchable. So recruiters can see you and they can reach out to you without even you applying for that role. Same thing goes to LinkedIn, So after applying for interviews, applying for jobs, then come the interview. Again, we don't leave you alone. When it comes to interview preparation, we do that with you as well because we believe your success is our success. If you are able to secure that role, someone will ask you, how did you do it? And you'll be able to refer Learn with Pride. You know what? I did my training with these guys and they are good. They are supportive and they won't leave you high and dry. That is our joy at the end of the day for all our students to be able to secure a role at the end of the day. So it goes beyond the money, the subscription fee for the training. It goes beyond that. The benefit goes way, way beyond that. So that is it. We do interview preparation with you. Make sure that you are ready for that interview so that you can go into that interview and you can ace it. That is what we want. All right. So that is that. The next slide we just is just to show you. Again, I'm using UK as a point of reference. Average salary. Samuel Oyeniga, please, can you stop writing on the screen, please? Samuel Oyeniga, please, can you stop writing on the screen? Thanks. So in the UK, again, you can see the first one is paying between 60K and 80K. Data analyst. You can get it. It is not at the end of this training because the way you'll be equipped, you'll be able to compete with those who has been doing it for many years, right? So you'll be able to, apply for this kind of a role. There's nothing to worry about. The second one is paying 50K. And you can see this one is paying 45K, 45K. These are roles, as you can see, the Power BI, SQL. You can see Power Query, data models. Those are the things that will be covered during the course of the training. So now tell me, why won't you be able or confident to apply for such roles when most of the tools has been covered already, or most of the responsibilities, you know how to do them? So what are you waiting for? But again, it's like playing a lottery. It's like, yeah, you didn't play a lottery and you wish, I wish I won that lottery. You can only wish because you never played the lottery. So that means you have to be in it to win it. You need to put yourself in that position, in that situation, and after that, then you can compete. You can say, you know what, I'm going to apply for this job. You can apply for that job because now you have the knowledge, you have what it takes to apply for that job. But without the knowledge or the experience, you only continue to wish. And as we all know, time waits for no one. And most of our, it's like tomorrow never comes. So that is why we need to take action today. We are only in control of today, not tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. So yeah, before I hand over to Samuel to take you through its own slide as well and to talk more about data analysis, If you are going to be enrolling tonight, what's today? Today is 22nd. If you're going to be enrolling between now and so the course is starting on the 14th. So we can give a week grace. So if you're going to be enrolling between now and end of the month, I'm going to give, this is the discount I'm giving is ridiculous, but this will only be applicable if you register or enroll between now and the 28th of this month. Then I'm going to give you a 40% discount. If you are enrolling between now and the end of the month, you get 40% discount. The cost is $5.99 and you get 40% discount on that. If you want to enroll, you can take a screenshot of this number on your screen and message that number later on for more information, enrollment details, payment details, and all of that. Again, it will be starting on the 14th of March, and that will be a 4-month journey starting from the 14th of March. So for now, I'm going to stop for a bit, and I'm going to introduce you to Samuel, who is going to be taking you on the journey. Again, he's got many years of experience when it comes to data science, data analysis, and many testimonies as well. So without further ado, Samuel, please kindly unmute yourself.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good. Please, if you can all hear me. Yeah, good evening. Thank you. All right. So welcome once again to this webinar to introduce you to becoming a data analyst. Please kindly confirm if you can see my screen now.
Yes.
Yeah, good. So you're welcome once again. Now, becoming a data analyst. Yeah. So firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Samuel Adedotu, and I am a data analyst. Currently, I work with an agricultural firm. We have our headquarters in Kenya. So I work basically as a data analyst, and what I do is to help with the data analysis to improve the post-harvest of farmers around the agricultural farm, and also to reduce the post-harvest risk. So before now, I've other knowledge in data analysis. I've worked with Airtel Nigeria as a data analyst. I've worked with another financial firm as a portfolio manager, also relating to data analysis. So in general, I have full knowledge and understanding on data analysis and how to implement data analysis processes to help solve different business problems. Now to data analysis. Before you can talk about data analysis, we have to talk about data itself. Because without data, there won't be anything as data analysis. So this is according to the CEO of LinkedIn. It says data powers everything that we do. And I believe we agree to this statement. Because as individuals, as community, as companies, everything that we do is powered by data. Being here today in the webinar, we were sent information, and this information we have data, different data type. We have the text data type, we have the numerical data type, we have the date and time, telling us the date and the time in which this would the meeting would start. So all of these together is powered by data, from our day-to-day activity to what we do in our company. Everything together is powered by data, and that's what the CEO of LinkedIn says in this statement. Now, going to data analysis. When we say data analysis is a process, I'll say it's a process of collecting, modeling, analyzing data to extract insight that support business decision making. It's so according to what I have here, data analysis is the process of cleaning, changing, processing raw data, extracting actionable and relevant information that helps business make informed decision. So basically, the main reason of any data analysis is to help give a decision, to make a decision, to support a decision making in a business organization. So as a data analyst, you are a very key person in any business. A business, for a business to grow, there has to be a business analyst that would check and analyze data and give a well-informed decision based on what he or she has analyzed. And in this analysis, he will be able to tell and give a regards to what will happen as relating to what he or she has seen in the data. So data analysis, just like I've mentioned, it's a process, and the process starts from collecting the data, either from a primary source or a secondary source. Going down to modeling, to the analysis. For every data, they are always unclean. So you as the data analyst, you will be the one to do the work, to change it to a clean data set where you do the modeling and the analysis. And in this inline, you'll be helping the business organization to make an informed decision. The process helps reduce the risks inherent in the decision making. Just like I said earlier on, my major work in my company currently is to help reduce the post-harvest risks. Without a proper analysis, I won't be able to do that. So as a data analyst, you are serving to reduce risks and improve profitability in any business organization through useful insights, statistics that will be presented in charts, images, and tables and graphs. Because at the end of any analysis, the major part, which is the final part, is the data visualization process, where you'll be telling your story in form of dashboard, presenting it in charts, images, and tables. And through this, you'll be able to solve a business problem. Now, this is a quick chart from Google. Is data analysis still in demand? You could see transitioning to a career in data analytics can mean stable employment in a high-paying industry once you have the right skill. So what this is saying is this: the jobs are always there, and I can tell you I'm a testimony to this. Aside working with my company as a full-time data analyst, I work as a technical writer with different other freelance companies, and I get my pay at every gig that I do. So there are a lot of opportunities when we talk about data analysis, but what is missing is the right skill, and that's where Learn with Pride comes in. Because once you enroll for our training, we'll put you in that space. You have the proper skill, the necessary skill, in which you would be ready to pick up that high-paying job, which is data analysis. You can see each year there's more demand for data analysis and data scientists than there are people with the right skills to fit these roles. So the jobs are always there. What is needed is the skill. Once you have the skill, it is you surely get that offer, that juicy offer, because data analysis is a key thing in any business organization. It's very important. You need it to make informed decision making, to reduce costs, to target customer better. You need it in HR, you need it in tech, you need it in finance, in hospitals, health. In every organization, you need data analysis. For me, I've transitioned, I've worked in different industry. I've worked in finance, I've worked in agricultural industry, I've worked in educational industry. I've had time that I work with health industry through the knowledge of my data analysis. So you can never be idle. You surely have things to do. There will always be a company that will call you in as a data analyst. The jobs are there. Once you have the skill, the necessary skill to put in this job, it's very easy to pick up any job as a data analyst. Now, this is a feedback from the World Economic Forum, a report that was just released last year. They release their report every year. And according to their report, data analysts and scientists emerge as the top job, followed immediately by artificial intelligence and machine learning specialists and big data specialists. So you can see you are basically in the right. Sorry, can we mute our mics, please? Thank you. So you are basically in the right space of time. You need to pick up that job that will put you into a proper future as a person. Getting the right skill in data analysis is what you need in this time. Now, talking about becoming a data analyst in 4 months, which is what we are doing in Learn with Pride. So Learn with Pride, in Learn with Pride, we have structured our training. It's a well-structured training in such a way that within this 4-month process, you'll be learning how to get down with data analysis using the 4 major tools when it comes to data analysis. Just like I said earlier, data analysis itself is a process. You start by collecting the data, you move to the modeling aspect, you move to the analysis, you move to the final aspect, which is data visualization. All of these two have their core strength. When you talk about data visualization, we are basically talking about the terms of Tableau and Power BI. Power BI, for example, is a tool that is built on Excel. Excel, at this time, it's very limited. When you are talking about big data analysis, we are talking about big data analysis now. We have gone beyond the time of spreadsheets. Now we are talking about databases. Companies now save their data in databases. And for you to be able to analyze this data effectively, you need to understand how to use tools like Power BI, Tableau, SQL, and Python to do data wrangling and different data evaluations. Now, this is about the training. This training will introduce you to the world of data analysis. So at the end of this training, which is the 4-month training, you would have understand everything, every angle to data analysis, talking about the data processes, the providing solutions to business problems, giving insights, forecasting for businesses. You would have all of this knowledge when it comes to data analysis. You would have understand how to go through the entire data analysis process, which include posing questions, wrangling your data into format that you can use, and fixing any problem with it. Because basically, every data are always unclean. So you as data analyst, you will be in charge of making the data clean. And when we talk about unclean data, it might be saved in a wrong format. That is one of the main reason why some data are unclean. It might be saved on a wrong format, put in a wrong data type. So you as a person, as a data analyst, you be the one to bring your data into the proper format that would require you to fix the necessary business issue. Now we move to data exploration. Once data is in the right form, after the proper cleaning, you move to your data exploration, where you explore the data and bring out the silence insight in the data, finding patterns in it and building your intuition about it, drawing conclusion and making predictions. Then communicate your findings through data visualization. Now, this is about the training curriculum. In this training, you would be learning how to go down with every analysis procedure and visualization procedure in using Microsoft Power BI. Sorry, can we meet our mic? Microsoft Power BI, it's a tool that is built on Excel. Microsoft built this machine on Excel. So majorly with the knowledge of Power BI, you would have sufficient knowledge of few things in Excel, talking about Power Query Editor and some other aspects of Power BI. Now, another part or two that will be using during this training is Tableau. Tableau is one great tool for data visualization and data analysis. Companies like Amazon, Honeywell, their major tool for data visualization analysis is Tableau. So getting improved, having the right skill in Tableau will not just put you in the space of getting local jobs, but then you'll be picking up jobs from international companies like Amazon, Honeywell, all of these Twitter, all of these companies use Tableau. Airtel, during my time with Airtel, my major work was using my SQL and relating my visualization through Tableau. SQL for data analysis. Using SQL, you would understand how to do different data exploration processes, data cleaning, and data transformation process. Then we move to Python. Python is one great tool when you talk about data waggling, data evaluation, data scaling, data visualization, all of these. Once you join the training, you would have this process and the right skill to really get to understand how to use these two. Then one great thing about the training is this. At the end of every month, because the training has been structured in such a way that I will be picking and using the two, each of the two per month. And within this month, you'll be working with live data, not just anyhow data. You'll be working with business-driven data that we use in a business scenario. And these are the data we'll be using. And at the end of the month, you would have opportunity to actually work on a personal capstone project, a project that would later form your portfolio. As a data analyst, one key thing is your portfolio. Once you have a good portfolio, any recruiter, if any recruiter sees your portfolio and he sees that, yes, you have that knowledge and you have done a substantial project, you are 90% to getting the job. That's just the real truth. So the project that you'll be learning would form a proper portfolio that you'll be using will form a proper portfolio through a real work life experience. Now on Power BI, which is the first tool that I'll be using in the training. During the time of Power BI, we start by talking about the process, that's exploring of data, that's exploring or extracting data in. Then we'll talk about transformation. You have to transform your data. Then creating a model. When we talk about creating model, for every data set or data you are trying to analyze, there has to be a model. And when we are talking about modeling in data analysis, well, we are just trying to talk about how to create relationship between different databases, creating relationship between databases, creating relationship between tables. And we have different methods of data modeling. When we talk about data modeling, we are talking about creating joins, creating relationship, doing data blending. All of these processes is what we'll be learning. And one good thing is this. At the end of the learning visualization, you can understand all the modeling processes, how to create great models that would form the step into building a good visualization. then how to share your insight with others in your organization, which is another key part. Because basically, for every data you're analyzing as a data analyst in organization, it starts from meeting with the team. If you are working as a data analyst in a financial company, you as a data analyst, you'll be meeting with the sales team at different times to understand how the sales works, improving the sales, selling more. You get to understand where the sales is coming from, the highest profit, and all of that. All of these will be put in place and put into proper visualization, where you still end up bringing your insight, forecasting, and bringing the proper recommendation to the company. Then when we talk about Tableau, it's another great data visualization tool. But one key difference between Tableau and Power BI is this. Tableau on its own end, give you privilege to actually do more on statistical analysis than what you do on Power BI. But one good thing is this: sometimes people will say you just learn one of them and get done with it. But trust me, when you have the proper knowledge around the two, the Power BI and the Tableau, then you know you are way ahead of than someone that just have knowledge around one. And at different time during my my experience, I've had time to work on different analysis just using a tool. For my work in Excel, my major tool was Tableau and SQL. The current job I'm doing as a data analyst in the agricultural consulting firm, I deal with a lot of Python and Power BI. Then I use Tableau. Using Tableau, you learn how to do data sources connectivity. That's connecting your data source to Tableau, doing cleaning and data transformation, combining your data. When we talk about data combination, it still goes back to modeling that we have in Power BI. When we are talking about combining data, we have different processes. We have joining. Joining, for example, when we say joining, it just means we are trying to connect data of the same source together. That's joining. We have relationship. Relationship is more of you are trying to connect data of different sources. We can relate all of these to a common language that we understand. If I'm trying to relate joint, for example, to what everyone will understand here without having to use a data analysis language, I can refer to join as the joint is basically that link that connects you to your nuclear family. That's joint. When we talk about relationship, it's basically combination or that link that joins you to your extended family. And when we are talking about data blending, it's just basically that combination or that model that connects you with someone that is not related to you by blood. For example, in this meeting today, we are connected to what I can refer to as data blending. And that key that connects us together is what? This webinar. Another thing that you'll be learning when it comes to data analysis on Tableau or using Tableau is data visualization, creating visuals, storytelling, dashboard, presenting data using stories, creating and modifying worksheets. Then we're talking about SQL for data analytics. For you to be able to explore data in any database, I explained earlier on, companies now save their data in databases. Unlike before that, we have the most of the data saved as spreadsheets. Now, you as a data analyst, you have to understand how to explore databases. That's one key reason why you have to have the knowledge of SQL. So at the end of the training, you would have the proper knowledge and essential knowledge around SQL commands talking about the select statements, the group statements, join statements, and all other statements in SQL. You'd have understand how to do different sorting and filtering commands. When we talk about data exploration, definitely sorting and filtering is one key part around it. There will be a whole lot of time that where you need to sort and filter data to put it in proper place. You'd have knowledge how to use the most popular strings and mathematical strings and functions and data type functions when it comes to business processes. Then how to enhance the performance of database by using views and indexes. All of this is what you'll be learning and gaining if you subscribe to this training. Increasing your efficiency by learning the best practice while writing SQL queries. Then you'd have knowledge around relevant geological concepts, also covered in Excel or business intelligence jobs and all of that. Then we move to Python, which is another tool that we'll be using. In Python, you would have knowledge of how to work with Jupyter Notebook. Without the knowledge of using Jupyter Notebook, working with Python will be very difficult. As a data scientist, as an artificial intelligence specialist, one key thing that connects us together with data analysis is Python. So learning Jupyter Notebook, having to understand the EDs, working with numbers, strings, lists, tuple, dictionary, sets, the if statement, all of this, you'll be learning it. Defining functions, simple flow control, and language features, having to work with the loops in Python, reading and writing files, installing and using common analytics libraries like Loopy, Skippy, Matplotlib, Pandas, Cplot. All of these processes, you would have the sufficient knowledge when you subscribe. After the training, you would have sufficient knowledge around all of this that I've listed. Now, it's not just about having the right skill. The main thing that is at the back of everyone's mind is the job. How do we get the job? Yes, the jobs are there. Just like I've shown a search from LinkedIn and even from a report from the World Economic Forum. But where are these jobs? When we talk about data analysis. So these are a few places where we can where we do pick up the jobs: LinkedIn, Twitter, Indeed.com, and all other places like that. There are some other freelance sites that I didn't put here, but there are a lot of them we should be sharing. And the key way to search for job is just to use the search button, which is data analysis. Once you type out data analysis on any of these sites, the jobs will be listed out. You see it, they are numerous, and it keeps updating every moment. New jobs, new updates on data analysis. Now, someone may be here thinking, I don't have computer science background. How do I go about this training? We're talking about Power BI, we're talking about Tableau, talking about SQL, talking about Python. Don't I need computer science background before I can actually use all of these too? So the answer here is no, you don't need computer science background. Just like I said earlier on, and just like my boss mentioned, this program is well structured in such a way that it would take you from the novice to becoming a specialist. You from knowing nothing to knowing everything. That will give you your first job as a data analyst. So you are all welcome with open arms when it comes to data analysis. You don't need to have any knowledge. We'll guide you in everything, starting from the ABCD to the Z of data analysis. You understand everything by the end of the 4 months. So allow me quickly to run through just a simple data analysis process, which everyone using one of the two, which is Power BI. Then I would return back to Mr. King afterward. So this is Power BI. Just like I said earlier, Power BI is a tool that is built on Excel. It's a Microsoft tool. And you can see we have Power, we have Home, we have Insight, Modeling, View, Up. Then these are the key ones right here. This is a view, report view. It's still empty because I have not done any reporting here. I have the data view. Once I bring in the data, this is where I will be seeing it. Then I have another thing here, which is the modeling view. And this is where I have to design my model. Either I'm putting it as a snowflakes schema. So let me bring in the data to quickly show what a simple data analysis process looks like. Now to get the data, I'll click on get data. And this opens up. All right. So you can see one good thing about Power BI is this. It allows us to connect to a whole lot of data type, starting from Excel to CSV to XML to JSON file. You can connect a folder. When we are trying to work on a continuous data, maybe a sales data, for example, it's best that we analyze it in form of a folder. So when it keeps updating, it will keep updating every processes and every analysis that we have done. We have the PDF file, we have the Packware file, and a whole lot. So unlike the Excel, using Power BI, we'll be able to connect to a whole lot of data type. Now tonight, let me connect to an Excel file first. So I'll click on Excel, worksheet, then I click connect. Then it brings me to my backend where I then go ahead to look for the data I want to connect to. Now I want to bring in a customer data, which have the customer information of a company. Now look at this. I've connected this. This is the extraction process. All I've done here is I've done the extraction process. The first process in any Power BI analysis is ETL process, extraction, transformation, and loading. So this is the first part. Now look at this, we have load and we have transform data. Just like I mentioned, I said is ETL process. So after extraction, the next transform data. And this brings me to the Power Query editor. This is the same Power Query editor engine that we have in Excel. In Power Query editor, this is where we'll be doing our cleaning processes and transforming our data, putting in the right format before we then go ahead to our modeling. Now I want to bring another data. So one thing is this: for Power BI, you can work with on two data at the same time, even two or more data at the same time. Now look at this. I want to bring in more sources. So I just click on new source, then this should open. So I then go ahead to bring in another data. Now, instead of an Excel file, I want to bring in a text file as my other file. So this is the invoice data. The invoice data is showing the invoice for these customers. Then I click on OK. And this brings the data back to the Power Query editor. So the first thing I want to do here is to edit this. Let me rename. So I can rename this as customers. Then I can change this to invoice. Now, the cleaning process, which is the other part of the process. So the first thing we do is we try to check everything out and see. So one thing that always occurs for any data is the data type might be different from what it should be. We have the numerical data type, we have the text data type, we have the Boolean data type, we have the date and time. There are many. So you have to really get to understand to see if the data are in the best shape. Now, for example, now look at this. We have the year, month, and day. All of them are in separate column. So as a data analyst, one thing that you have to do with this in this kind of situation is to really bring all of them together through the merging process. Let me quickly do that. So how do I merge this data together? Using the merging process. Months, day, and year. Then I go to merge. That's in my transformation. So we have transformation, we have add column. If I'm using transformation, it would override the initial columns. But once I use the add columns, it's creating a new column entirely. So once I do merge, this immediately combine the three columns together through a separator. So I can go ahead to click on my separator here, custom, then what separator do I want? So I want slash to put it. Then I can rename this, instead of having it as merge, this to be dates. Then I click on OK. Now what do you notice? I think there's an issue with this process. So let me just revisit it. You could see there's an issue. So I can undo this. To undo, I'll just cancel this again. Once I cancel, it takes me back to the initial process. Then I can really take a look at it again. Months, while holding on my control key, I click on merge. That's month, day, and year. Transformation, and the merge column. So this is it. All right, good. I think this is I just acting up somehow. Sorry, there must be an issue. Just 1 minute. Let me see. Let me change this data type to dates. Let's see if it works. Dates. An error. So there's still an issue somewhere. You have to be, the reason why it's just showing error is probably there might be an issue with the process itself. Let me see if there was something that was clicked before now. I didn't notice. So nothing. So let me go back and revisit it. So I hold on to my month, day, and time. Then same process again. Merge column. Are we together? Hello? Hello, are we together?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, good.
Yes, we are listening.
Yes, we are.
All right, good. Now look at this now. This has been done perfectly. You could see that we have a new column now, dates, and I have it in the right place. If I change this data type, currently it's in the text format. So I have to change this to dates because it's a date it should be in dates format because it is a date. If it's not in the right format, when you are to do your modeling or your visualization, there will be issue. It would bring out an error information. That's why you need to put in the right format before any analysis process or any modeling process. Now that I've done that, Let me see, there are some other things I can do here just to show you a quick review. All right, good. Now look at this, the sales. The sales is numeric, but then the sales is a finance data. So I can't put it in numeric. It has to come in with you can see now I've changed it. Instead of having it in whole numbers, I now have it in fixed decimal number that would show it that yes, it's talking about this sum of sales of something. Now this is in dollar currently, but I can choose to change it if this data itself is coming from the UK. So then they don't spend dollars. I have to change it. But then we maintain this because this is a data from the US. So once that is done, I think that's real quick. I can go to the customer data. On the customer data, let's see what we can quickly change. Just for tonight class, just a simple. All right, now take a look at this. City and province, they are together. This is currently not in the right form because data for city and province has to be in separate column. So as data analyst, that's another job for you. All of these processes together is what we call the cleaning process, transformation. So I have to change this. I have to transform this. That's splitting it. I have transformation. I can do it on transform, split column, and I can do it on add column, depending on how I want to do it. So one thing is this, for transformation, it overrides the initial column. But if you do it on the add column function, it would not override the initial column. It will create a new column and still maintain the initial column. So let me do this on transformation because I want to take this out. I want it to overwrite it. So I click on split. Once I click on split, it's asking for in what way do I want to split it? By delimiter, by number of character, by positions, by lower case to uppercase, by uppercase to lowercase, by digit to non-digit, by non-digit to digit. So I want by delimiter. And what's the delimiter here? The bracket. You can see there. So it's already it brought out the delimiter immediately. If I go ahead to click on OK, it would automatically split this. Now, what do you see? Instead of having just a single column that has both city and province, now it has been split into two. So this is city, this is province. So I have to rename this city. Then I will rename this province. Another thing that you would notice here is this. For the province, it's currently have bracket at the back, which I have to remove because it's not needed in that place. So what do? See, using my transformation process, I click on replace value. What value do I want to replace? Replace value. The value here that I want to replace is the close bracket. So once I put the close bracket, what do I want to replace it with? Nothing. So I will leave this empty and I click on OK. Once I do that, now this has been settled. Is there any other thing I need to change? All right, so for tonight class, I think this is okay. Now I will move to another aspect of the visualization, which is trying to select out the things I need. So if you take a look at this now, in this customer data, I have the customer ID, I have the customer group, customer name, customer category name, I have the primary contact, phone number, fax number, the website URL, delivery method, city and province. So in this case, I might not be needing some information. Let's say starting from the phone number, fax number, then the web URL and delivery method. Might not really be necessary in my information in my analysis. So I can just take this out. So I can go to home button, click on choose column. So I can uncheck the ones I don't need, maybe phone number, fax number, website, then delivery method. Once I click OK, that is done. Once I'm sure that I've completed my transformation process, the next thing to do is to click on close and apply. Once I click on close and apply, it implements the changes. You can see what it's doing now. It's implementing all the changes that I've done. Once the implementation is done, the next action is to go into the modeling. Modeling is where you create the relationship between the two tables that we have brought in, which is the invoice data and the customer data. So one thing is this: for every data you're bringing in for into Power BI, Power BI as a machine can automatically create a model for you. But you as data analyst, you don't want to really allow the machine to do your modeling for you. When it comes to a proper data analysis, you would be the one to do the modeling, creating the relationship together. So look at this. If I go to data now I have my data. This is the data that I've imported. I have customer, then I have invoice. Then if I go to my model, what do you notice there? The machine has created a model for me. And this is the key. Customer ID is connecting to customer code. So what it's saying is this: there is a relationship between the customer code and customer ID. So we call it key. There's primary key and there's foreign key. When we say primary key, that means there's no repetition in that column. But when we say foreign key, there are repetitions. All of these processes and all of this knowledge is what the machine has brought into consideration before creating this model. But if I don't want to use this, before bringing in the data, all I would have done is go to my file, go to option and setting, and I'll go to options. And under options, this is it. Under options, in my data load, all I would have done is this: uncheck this in the relationship, import relationship from data source on first row. So I should have unchecked this and uncheck this as well, which is auto detect new relationship after data is loaded. So I should have unchecked that if I don't want it. But because we have a limited time for this presentation, so I'm leaving this. I will work with this model for tonight, just for this presentation. So once the model is perfected, I can just go to my reports where I would create the data visualization. So let's make one or two visualization process before we end our presentation here. Now look at this. We have the customers. These are all the customer information: city, customer category, name. We have the customer group. We have the customer ID. We have the customer name, primary contact, profits. Then in the invoice, we have all of this information. So let's say I need to see the sales that is generated from my customers. I can just click on the customer category name. So in these, I will have the customer categories and their respective sales. You can see, clicking on them, now I have a table showing the customer information, the customer category information. So in this case, I have computer store, I have corporate, gift store, then novelty store, then house for market. If I need to arrange this, maybe sort it in descending order, I can just do this. So once I click on this ones, it will order it for me. Now you can see in this, we know that novelty shop generated the what? Highest sales, where the corporate store or the corporate returned the lowest sales. So I can change this now. This is practically in a tabular form. But I can change this to another visualization, another chart. These are different charts. We have the stack chart, stack bar chart. We have the stack column chart. We have this cluster bar chart. We have a whole lot of them. We have the funnel. We have the pie chart. So depending on how you want to put it. But then during our training, we'll still be seeing which one is best used for when you are talking about data visualization. There are always a chart that is best used for a particular visualization. We are talking about a time series data, for example, then you are basically using the line graph or the line chart to show the visualization. Because in that case, it will be easy for you to actually do a forecasting analysis that will tell what will happen in the future. Now take a look at this now. I can quickly do a quick editing on this. That's formatting. I go to format. So in the format, one first thing I want to change is the title. I go to my general, then I can change the title. Sales by customer category name. I can just change this to sales by customers category. I can beautify it in a way that would look more beautiful. So if I change this to white and I put this to black, you can see it's looking more better. I can centralize this. Now, you agree with me? Since I have the title, this other title for the x-axis and the other title for the y-axis and the x-axis, I don't need them again. So I can equally take them out. Because anybody that's seeing this chart now, without having to see these sales and this category, customer category name here, can understand that this data means is showing the sales by the customer's category. So what do? I just go here and take out the title. And that is good. So that is out. I can do the same thing for the y-axis. I see that's out as well. So this is looking more better now. I can do some other things to this. But for this class, let me just leave it this way. So I can create another chart real quick. In this case, let's create a filter. A filter to something like a filter for us to be able to filter this data. So if we want to create a filter, all I have to pick here is a slicer. The slicer will take into considerations the year, because there's a year, there's a date data that is being affected by this. Now look at this. I have the dates here. In my date, I have the dates hierarchy. The date hierarchy will put my date in proper hierarchy. That's the year, the quarter, the month, and the day. So let's say we need to just use the year hierarchy. Now this is out. So I can convert this to maybe a drop, that's a list. So this is better off now. So what it's saying basically is this. In this data, now in this chart that I've drawn here, I can actually quickly narrow down to each of the year that I want to consider. Let's say in a presentation, the head of sales want to quickly see which customer category gave the highest sales value in the year 2019. Using this slicer, I'll be able to just click on the slicer that I've created, and it should fetch it out. Now you can see the change. It's still novelty sure, but then the list has changed. If you click on customer name 2018 for computer store. Now let's click on 2019. You see the changes now. Now, 2019, what
Hello, Samuel. I think
has
the network is shaky now.
store is now the list. But in 2018, the gift store was what? The third best category. Let's see 2020. For 2020, you see now it's
We can't
back to the third.
see
So what this
your
is telling
screen.
us is there was a poor sales from the
Hello,
from the
Sam.
gift store. So people didn't
Hello,
buy
Samuel.
much of our gifts in the year 2019. Maybe people didn't.
Hello, Samuel. We can't see
hello?
your screen. We can't see your screen, and you're breaking terribly.
Yeah, hello. Yeah,
Okay, Samuel.
Yeah, I can
Amos,
hear you.
we can't see your screen, and it's breaking terribly.
Hello, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
It's breaking.
You're breaking, and we can't see your screen.
How is the voice now? Is it clear? Hello?
I think so. You can share
Hello,
your
Mr.
screen.
King, can you hear me?
You cannot
Yes.
share your screen. The voice is clear now.
One.
The voice is clear now. You cannot share your screen.
It's clear now, but I share your screen.
Chat box.
Hello, I think Samuel is having a network issue. I can take the opportunity to. So if you have any questions, I think it's actually rounding up anyway. It's almost at the end of his session. So please, if you have any questions, you can.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Sorry about that. So let me quickly hand up this section. Now, can we all see my screen, please?
Yes.
All right, good.
Yeah, we can see your screen now.
Yeah, great. Now, remember before now, we created a bar chart, which is what we have here. But then, at the point of creating the slicer, we were able to quickly narrow down and see each of the sales value for the year. And for this would help the sales department to really get to understand and see which of the category return the highest sales value as regards to the months that we are considering. If you take a look at this, 2018, computer store yielded the lowest sales value. If you go to 2019, it has changed to gift store, and now computer store is on number 3. But in 2018, computer store was the lowest, and gift store was what, number 3 on the list. If you go to 2020, let's see. Now computer store comes last, gift store comes third again. From this pattern, I can come to a conclusion that what people that like I have our major customer that are buying the gift store are still the same people buying the what computer store. So what I can really say here is this: people they bought more of the gift store in the year 2019. That was why we had a lower the lowest computer sales. Then when you go to 2019, you see they bought more of what? Computers. Now the gift store is what? Has gone down. If you go to 2020, the pattern changed again. The gift store now came up to third, and the computer store became the last. Now, if you go to 2020, 2011, 2021 rather, now they are almost the same. So in this, it's easy for us to see the pattern as data analysts, and through the pattern, it will be easy for us to give recommendation and even forecast to see what will happen as regard the sales in the nearest future. For me not to delay or keep us much longer in the meeting, basically, let me just wrap up with this. When it comes to data analysis, either using the Power BI, the Tableau, the SQL, or the Python, the main thing that you are doing as a data analyst is to reduce risks, improve processes, improve profitability, help the operations. That is your major role as data analyst. You are solving that problem and improving, optimizing the operation, improving the profit, generate more profit for the company. That's why you are needed as a data analyst in any organization, either in tech, industry, or finance, anywhere. You are basically needed. You are one key part in any business organization. And coming in on board in for our formal training, I can guarantee this is what we have been doing. We have several positive feedback on this journey already. We have people that have gotten job even weeks after our training, through following our proper processes and putting in the right work. So with the right mindset, I can give you that positive assurance that you'll be picking up the right skill set that would give you the opportunity to pick up the best job as a data analyst. So thank you very much for listening. If you have any question, I'll be available in the meeting to answer any question relating to my presentation or relating to the training as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Samuel. Yeah, so if anyone has got a question, please kindly raise your hand, and I'll be calling people from my list here. But before then, I forgot to share this important information when I was presenting. 1 second. All right, so as part of everything I've said earlier on, the practical training, the projects, the mentorship, the support, the interview preparation, the UK reference that will be given for the duration that you are with us. Again, you are going to get a certificate from us. At the moment, all our courses are CPD accredited, and CPD is registered worldwide. As you can see on, this is their website. And as you can see, this is our company in the middle here. So you'll be getting a certificate that is CPD accredited. So that is a plus for you. That is recognizable in Nigeria, in Ghana, in UK, anywhere, in over 50 countries. You can use that. So if you have any questions, please kindly raise your hand and I'll call you. Again, this course will be starting on the 14th of March. The cost is $599. And if you are enrolling today, you have between now and end of the month, you can get up to 40% discount. And only half payment is required to start, and the other half you can pay in a month's time or 6 weeks' time. That is when it will be due. But for you to actually start on the course, it's only half payment that is required to start. All right, so let me start with Adetunji. Please, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening for the training.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, yeah, thank you so much. I have one for you and the other and Mr. Samuel. Okay, my own first question is that on the issue of this, the amount we are talking about, I know that the training will go a lot, but I want to ask that for this kind of amount you are talking about, are you quoting in because subject to the how will I put it it changes pounds change from time to time. Are you if you want to quote in naira, you understand, is there any particular amount in naira or basically on this on the pounds, it's subjected to
So,
change, so I
yeah,
want to ask that.
so in Naira, that will be 500,000 Naira.
Okay,
Be-
500,000
before the discount.
okay, before the discount.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
okay, so
yeah.
Okay. My second question is that on the for the training, are we going to be given some maybe handout or something
Yes.
maybe module that we are going to read over? So I want to
Yes.
ask that. Then at the same time, the recorded video, is it after
Th-
each class? Then we can have access to the recorded version.
That is correct. After every session is recorded and you have access to the recording straight afterwards. Also, any materials for the class will also be shared on the platform as well. So you have access to the material and you have access to the recording as well.
Okay, then sorry for the question, so as to clarify something.
That's
Then thirdly, on the mentoring aspect, please, as you said that there will be mentoring, is it even after even the whole class? If you need anything, then we can go back to you. It's not going to be some,
yes,
when
yes.
you are finished the training.
You belong to a community, as I said, and we just don't leave you after the training. It's only if you decide you don't want to be part of our community, then probably, but that'll be your part. But if not, then you belong to a community whereby you can still have access to us afterwards.
Okay. Thank you. Then lastly, for my own question is for the training, for the Mr. Samuel. Yeah, I think maybe when we start the class, hope is not going to be as fast as the way it's, because some of us are just as you mentioned that we are not, some of us are not from computer science or IT background that we able to know some things. I think maybe the lectures will be going small by small. Then if there's any way maybe that can describe, okay, maybe you want to work on the Power BI, this is how to go about it. You want to create something like this, maybe it's something like a module, you understand, that will
Yeah.
tell us, okay, how to navigate the Power BI, all those things. So I think it will really help. So, and I hope it's not going to be too fast, because today at least I understand, but it's a little bit, maybe because of the timing, a little bit fast. So hope it's not going to be fast like this, so that we'll be able to at least understand. So those are my questions. Thank you.
Samuel, do you want to take that, or I can take it if you want to? All right, let me take it. Yeah, it's because we are restricted to the time today. That is why it was kind of fast. And, just trying to show one or two things that you can do with Power BI. But on the training, we understand that it comprises of different people from different background, and with technical or no technical knowledge at all. So it's going to be slow, and the pace will be okay during the training. So there's nothing to
You don't have to worry about that. So that's it. It's slow and steady. It's well structured, regardless of your prior knowledge. Once at the beginning, once you join the training, I can guarantee that you would catch up with time. And I won't be fast. That's just the truth. You take it one after the other. Every process you have to master it before we move to the other.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thanks, Adetunji. Larry, please unmute yourself.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, yes.
Yeah. First of all, I want to start from the point of the cost of the training. You said in naira value is about 500,000.
Yes, sir.
When you took care of the 40% discounts, it brought down to about 300,000.
That is correct.
Is this inclusive of professional certification?
All right. This is only for the practical training, the project, practical training, the project. So the package, this is the package that you are getting with that money. I've made mention of it earlier on, but I'll mention it again. So you are
Yes,
getting
I
the
was-
so you are getting the practical training, the project, the mentorship, the support, the UK reference for the duration you are with us, interview preparation, and you get a CPD accredited certificate that is recognizable any part of the world. But it is not inclusive of any professional exam you want to write, because knowledge, certification without knowledge or experience won't land you any job. But the practical knowledge and experience, even without any professional certificate, will still land you a job. So that is why I am not so keen about, or we are not so keen about professional exam. But if you still want to, while on the call, someone will tell you what and what to do. I think some of them you can even get for free with a voucher if you want to. But the fee that we are charging is not inclusive of a professional certification.
Okay, that's number one. Number two, I don't know how I can put it. Something as good as this. Hello, sir, are you with me?
I'm with you.
A product that is as good as you have elaborated and it's as much as this expensive, going by Nigerian situation, you are not limiting it. You are not the duration with which you have to prepare and pay is so short. You are not Nigerian friendly. If I'm to use that word, I'm sorry to use that word. You are not Nigeria friendly because in Nigeria
It's like your tone is like you are fighting me. Don't
No,
forget
that
that
was
this don't forget that this training
let me
is not
let me land. That's what I said. I don't know how to put it. In Nigeria, you know how it is. Most especially this time you are advertising the product to road to get the money, to get even cash to spend, to go about our daily business is difficult. Let alone to accumulate a short amount of money within a week. And you know,
it's
a good number of people. Let me finish. A good number of people who knew the kind of thing you are trying to sell, want to patronize, want to come in, want to buy into it. You understand? So you should have maybe probably extend the period like by like 2-3 weeks to be able to run around and get this money.
all right. Can I talk now?
So the one week you are giving is like you are taking customers of UK or America that people can easily go around and get money. Here it's not like that, sir.
All right. Can I talk now?
You need to be able to accommodate a larger number of people like us.
All right. Can I speak now?
Yes.
All right. To start with, the amount I'm charging for the quality that you'll be getting. This is not me making mouth. I am talking based on
Okay.
I am talking based on what I know we offer, the quality of the service and support. Mind you, this is not about you coming on
No
a
doubt
training.
about that.
No, this is not you coming on a training alone. A training without a support is nothing. For the amount I'm charging, I'm just starting with that. For the amount I'm charging for the duration of this course, I'm telling you, is nothing to write home about compared to my competitors with the same standard. All right. Secondly, the discount I'm giving, see, this is not a matter of me putting non-Nigeria into consideration or Ghana into consideration. I don't even know the people on the call, you know? And what I'm saying is, it's not like it's only a week's time that the payment is due, you can make payment up until the 13th of March. The course is starting on the 14th. What I said is, for those that wants to take advantage of the discount, that I can extend that
That's what I'm saying.
to end of the month. That is what I said. But after,
My dear brother, please kindly extend it more. Madam, kindly extend it more so that the number of people can enjoy the discount and get more people to it and get more people on the board. Please kindly extend it more. That's my prayer. Kindly extend it more so that
Can I come
we
in?
have
Can I
ample
come
time.
in here?
Arinze, hold on 1 second. Okay, I'll see what I can do to that. All right, Larry. Thanks for that. I'll put everyone into consideration. Thanks. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kingsley. Kingsley, you can unmute and talk, please.
Whoever wants to present the one data analysis.
All right, Arinze, you can go. You can unmute and talk, Arinze.
Hello, this is Kingsley here.
All right, yeah, you can talk now then.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, please, I just have a few questions to ask. First, this program is taking us for like 4 months. And
Yeah,
you said you said it's 2 days per week.
Yes.
Maybe I'm just kind of suggesting if you can make it 3 days based on all the course outline that our instructor has.
This is not this is not the first time we are running it. You know, this is a course that has been running for over a year. So this is not the first cohort. So everything has been planned out. So it's not like we are using this badge as a guinea pig. No. So it is when it comes to learning, you need to give space for students to accumulate as well. Remember, it is people joining this course, they are from different backgrounds. It's not everybody that can pace the same way. That is why you need to give enough room for people to catch up. So 2 days has been working for us, and we cover everything in the curriculum. There's nothing to worry about. As I said, each month we focus on each two.
Okay. Okay, then secondly, with the introduction of ChatGPT, I don't. What is the feature of data analysis now?
Feature? I don't understand. I don't get that question. Can you rephrase?
I mean, you know, this is the app called Chat. Is it ChatGPT that can almost do anything for you? So I'm thinking maybe it's going to like
let me take that. Don't worry, let me take that. Good evening.
All right.
So ChatGPT will not analyze data for you. It can only help you in the case of you want to analyze, for example, let's say you want to use data, you want to do data analysis using Power BI. You can the ChatGPT will only ease your it will help you out. Probably when you are trying to write the dash function, there's something called dash function in analysis, for example. You are trying to write a dash function and you can't remember that function that you want to use to really call out that analysis, then you can request that AI, which is ChatGPT, to help you bring out the code. Not like ChatGPT will do analysis for you. It's just the same time as programming. ChatGPT will not do your work for you on Jupyter Notebook. ChatGPT will not do your work for you on databases. It will just help. It's just like maybe you are stuck in a process and you want a quick solution. Instead of having to go to Google and check for the code solution, using your ChatGPT, it quickly provides you the solution, which you will now implement as data analyst. Do you get my point now? So without even having the proper knowledge of data analysis, you can still use ChatGPT. Do you get my point now?
Okay.
Yes. So that's it.
Okay. Then thirdly, are we going to be presented with presentation slide, maybe deliverable templates, maybe supporting documents in this course?
Yes, yes, you'll be getting documents in the course of the program.
Okay. Then lastly, you said Learn with Pride is CPD, right?
It's
Accredited. I don't understand what you mean by CPD.
it's an accreditation body that certify your course that up to standard that is required to deliver to people. You can Google them at your spare time, and you can even search for Learn with Pride on there. You can see so that you can know one more the benefits of what they offer. But it's just to make sure that what we deliver or what we are teaching people is up to standard, is up to professional standard, that is recognizable most part of the world.
No problem. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Sorry, before we go on, Mr. Julius Adeyinka, good evening. Sorry, let me take your question before the next question. So you're asking, my question is, what is the difference between data analytics and bioinformatics? So this is very straightforward. Bioinformatics is a line in data analytics. When you're talking about bioinformatics, you are just talking about analyzing biological data generated from genomics, metabolics, and all other biological data science, biological data related to biological sciences majorly. So the process of analyzing itself, either bioinformatics, either financial analytics, either health informatics itself, or either talking about some other aspect of analysis, that is data analysis. So it's like you are asking what's the difference between a father and a son. Do you get my point in that place? Then Mr. Amos, you said what's the difference between data analysis and data science? So data science go ahead to do the machine learning process, which is different from what a data scientist do. A data science, a data analyst rather. Data analyst just major on analyzing. But data scientists, they go ahead to do still more things on data or machine learning. That's creating different machine learning models that would automate the processes. So that is it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Samuel. Arinze, do you want to unmute and ask your question?
All right, good evening, everybody.
Yeah, good evening, Arinze.
So mine just a kind of few clarification. I want to know the name of if I may say, the tutorial, the name of your platform. Like we have people like Analytics, and I want to know the name of your platform.
The name of my platform?
If I may call it the tutorial, what's the name of your this thing?
The company.
Learn with Pride. That is the name.
The name of your company.
Yeah, Learn with Pride Limited.
Learn with Pride Limited, eh?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for the information. Now my question is, since we are running the program for 4 months and 2 days in a week, to be honest, I support the speaker that says something about the price. It's too high. It's far more higher, to be honest. Because if you are actually trying to impact knowledge on us, knowing the fact that maybe most of us in Nigeria actually, we need this, there is a way to make it a bit affordable. People want to learn, but why people are not learning or not having knowledge is because the price is too high for them to cope. So I'm just pleading, if it's possible, you look into that price. It's very, very much high. It's so high. It's an appeal, honestly.
All right, Mr. Arinze. I cannot argue with what you've said. You know, the definition of I is relative. You know, but I can tell you something. I can only talk from my own perspective. You know, this is not me targeting one particular country. No. But at the same time, I don't know how to, I can't overemphasize what I'm talking about. Hardly would you see any company, and I'm saying that with confidence because I know what we do, that you get all that you get from us, willing to give you up to even 40% of the fee. Even you can start not with full payment, but with half payment, and still pay all the balance probably after 6 or 7 weeks. You know, hardly would you see that. Will you be happy if I charge you 150,000 and you come on the journey and it's nothing to write home about? I deal with quality, and that has a price to pay for that as well. Because if I sell you quantity for a cheap price, it is you that will tell people not to come to me because it is cheap, but it is rubbish. Which one would you prefer for you to pay once and for all for a quality service that is almost double, that you can get almost for half price, and you are not even asked to pay at once? You can't really know the value until you are on the journey, if you understand me. So if you think it is I'll tell you, if you join other sessions and see how much they are charging, then probably you'll come back to me. That's all I'll say. Have I answered that question, Arinze?
So joining this program, are we going to learn everything about Python and Tableau? Are you going to exhaust that package if I'm to pay this price?
Python.
Everything about what? Python and Tableau.
Yes.
Okay. For Tableau, you are learning 100% everything about Tableau. For Tableau, it's just data visualization. Now, when you are talking about Python goes beyond data analysis alone. It goes into data science, which is machine learning.
Yes, that's
Just
what I'm
like
asking. Are you going to exhaust that package?
Exhaust what?
Python.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you now. Python is not just limited to data analysis. The training itself is for data analysis. So yes, when you are talking about data analysis, we explore 100% data analysis process in Python. Do you get my point now? So that does not extend to other processes in Python. When you talk about Python, we're talking about some other processes like machine learning, which is another key thing in Python. Do you get my point? But when we talk about the data exploration, data web scraping, data analysis, data visualization, which are all of these processes relating to data analysis, yes, you get 100% of that through Python. Okay?
Has I answered your question, Arinze?
Let me just
Hello,
leave
are you
it there.
there?
Now, let
All
me
right,
leave
thank
it
you.
there.
All right.
All right.
Mr. Julius, you said, how can we relate data analytics with bioinformatics? I said bioinformatics is bioinformatics. When you say bioinformatics, you are still using data analysis process. When you're talking about bioinformatics, it starts from storage and management of biological data, and this process is the same data analysis process that you would learn through SQL. We talk about data retrieval. That's SQL. Data analysis. When we talk about data analysis, it's the same process. The only difference is this: you are working on only the biological data. That's why they call it bioinformatics. So the main process is data analysis, either bioinformatics or financial analysis or portfolio analysis. Altogether, all of them are data analysis. So it's the process of now analyzing or storing or working with biological data is what is referred to as bioinformatics. Do you copy that? Mr. Amos? Mr. King, you can continue.
All right, thanks, Samuel. Amos, do you want to unmute and talk now? All right, Richie, do you want to unmute and talk, Richie?
Okay, I'm here. I think Amos is here.
Oh, Amos, all right.
Okay, good evening. Thanks for the session. Oh, first of all, I want to toe the line of other speakers who have, in one vein or the other, asked for a slash in what you are paying. I understand totally what you're saying. Knowledge is expensive, but I think there's a better way to go about this. Let's bring it home. Let's make it more accessible. That is first. I have an opportunity of doing a course, actually a free course from my office on data science. So when I stumbled into this, I wanted to be sure if what I'm going to assess there is a bit different from this. I think that's the clarification I wanted. So I think Samuel had spoken to it. So in all, I am also saying, like every other person, that you should look at the pricing. I know what you mean, but the pricing, it's on the high side. It's tough in Nigeria today. I know you are not here for just Nigerians, but I trust you are Nigerian and you know the stories. And so there is a way you can subsidize what you're doing for Nigerians. And also I also saw the other part you said you can pay half and pay the other ones later. If you can break it into installments of 3-4 installments, say within the 4 months, I believe everybody here ends, they get to pay it as the month runs and as the program runs along. I think it's fair. Thank you.
All right, Amos, thanks. Again, sorry,
Okay,
1 second.
done.
Yeah, again, this is no, I'm not using this session to test run this process, right? This is not the first time we are running this. And I don't know. From your perspective, you might think it's expensive. But from what you are getting from us, from everything you are getting, how many organizations will support you while you're on the job after you just got a job? All these things doesn't come cheap. And that is why it's putting everyone into consideration. Yes, I'm a Nigerian. I understand everything that is going. And that is why I am willing to even give up to 40%. But don't get me wrong. You can get this course cheaper online, probably all those recorded version. You can get them. It might not be all the 4 tools. It might be 1 or 2. It might not be a combination of everything. But the question you should ask yourself is, if you are stuck, who are you going to go with? 2. If you need assistance, who are you going to call on? If you need on-job support, who are you going to call on? So that is all that you should consider as well.
So to buttress his point, the truth is this: you might be considering if you are considering a course, but we can, to be truthful to ourselves, there are some courses, or there are a lot of courses that are even way more expensive than this. Just based on this data analysis, the main thing is the content. What are you getting at the end of the day? There are some training, there are some courses that just not default to now, just a single tool. Maybe let's say Tableau. You are paying around $2,000 for just learning Tableau. And if you convert that, that's even above what we are charging already for the 4 months, where you were learning the whole four tools. What we should try and see in all of this is this: see the positive part of this training. You are not just learning to understand the skill, or learning how to use it. You are learning to have that skill. One. Secondly, we are bringing you into the space of you getting that right job as a data analyst. Then you are getting an on-job assistant. We are not just leaving you after the training. No, you still keep getting that support. Then even maybe you intend moving from now, instead of moving from a data analyst now to become a data scientist. All of this is still part of the after training knowledge that you'll be getting. So try and consider all of these things. Don't let us focus on the cost. Just like you mentioned, this is not the first training we'll be having. It's a continuous training process. We have helped people and we have positive feedback. We have someone that has moved from this training to get a job with ExxonMobil just a week after, I think a week or month, just like weeks. It's not up to a month. It was not up to a month. After he finished his training with us, he got a job with ExxonMobil. So this is not limited to Nigeria. Just see it in a way that you might finish this training today and you're getting a job that would even help your traveling. That's help you with your traveling support. That's the main thing. I work with a company in Kenya. I don't stay in Kenya. I get my money. So that is how, just see it in a way, in that way. Like, yeah, it's a good opportunity. It will provide you, it's providing you and putting you in that space that would end up giving you the return of investment. See it as an investment that you will definitely get a return. So that is it. Thank you.
Thanks, Samuel. For any further concern regarding the payment, installation, instrumental payment, and all of that, please, you can take a screenshot of the number on your screen and you can message me privately and we can talk about that, because if we go on and on about payments, we won't leave here tonight. So for any enrollment details, payment, anything, just take a screenshot of the number on your screen and message me afterwards. Then we can talk at length regarding payments and all of that. Amos, is that all from you? All right, Richie, you can go, please.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud
we can
and
hear
clear,
you,
Richie.
Thank you very much for this time out. I really appreciate your explanations to all the questions my fellow have asked. Okay, and first, I would like to ask if there will be the recording of this training session afterward. That's number one. So, get sections I missed. Is that possible?
You break up a little bit. Can you come again, please? Recording of, is it this session?
Yes, this very session.
Yeah,
because I came in.
Yeah, if you join the WhatsApp group, or if you are not on the WhatsApp group, you can on YouTube just search Learn with Pride and just probably follow. Then when I upload this particular video on YouTube, then you can get the notification. Or you can join our WhatsApp group as well. I think the link is on the chat.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Mr. Samuel has actually explained one of the areas I wanted to ask, because he has made understand that data science in this data analysis. I should say data analysis is a subset of just explains that. And just like my fellow have said, you have already said that talking about pricing, I appreciate price.
You are breaking up badly, Richie.
Your line is breaking.
Okay.
Can you type it on the chat box?
Yeah,
Probably
just
I'll
type
just pick
your
up from
question.
there. Can you just type it on? I'll pick it up from there. Just drop it on the chat box. I'll pick it up.
Much.
All right, thanks, Richie. Drop your message on the chat and we'll pick it up from there. Thanks. iPhone, you can unmute and ask your question.
Right. Hi, good evening. My name is Beatrice. Just quickly, I wanted to check with regards to CV support. Is that included in this package in terms of, will it be, if it's included, will it be CV writing or CV revision? And also interview support. That's my question.
Interview support is part of the package. We can review CV, although we don't do that anymore. We partner with one of the best in the industry as well, that we can refer you to. They've got all this mansion to go through your CV and all of that at a cheap price. But yes, we can still review your CV. If you need to revamp it, we'll let you know. If not, then you can carry on. But with the interview, yes, we do support with interview preparation.
Okay, so if one wanted support from you guys, from a perspective of somebody who's coming from a different sector and trying to look at data, is this something that can be discussed maybe on a one-to-one basis?
Yes, as I said, this session is being recorded, right? If you want to ask me anything beyond this session, just copy the number on your screen and just chat me up later on. Then we can talk better on that.
All right, no worries. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Thanks everyone. I think that's all the hands, and we've answered all the questions.
So Mr. Larry, Mr. Larry is asking a question. How often do we organize this yearly? So what you do is this: you can actually connect to our Instagram page, so you can get proper information around our trainings. Mr. Key,
yes.
Can you maybe a link to the Instagram page, maybe in the chat box?
Is Kunle still online? Let me see. If not, if you just search for Learn with Pride on Instagram.
Okay, you can search for Learn with Pride on Instagram. So once you follow our page, you'll be able to see all information surrounding our trainings, the one coming up and every other information. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thanks everyone. I think that's everyone for now. It's been 2 hours on the session now. So yeah, as I said, the training will be starting on the 14th of March. If you have any query, question, concern regarding payment, duration, anything, copy the message, copy the number on your screen and send me a message, and I'll be able to attend to each and every one accordingly. But yes, if you come on board, you yourself will testify that the difference is clear. That's all I can say. But yes, thanks for your time. If you want the recording again, you can search for Learn with Pride on YouTube, or you can join the WhatsApp link on the chat. It will be posted on the WhatsApp group, and it will be posted on YouTube as well. So whichever one that you want to join. So thanks everyone. You can chat me up privately, and hopefully you can come on the journey as well. And let's walk the walk together. So from me to you, I'll say good night and God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.